Welcome to Urbandale Chamber Spotlight on Business. I'm Janice Wissanan, the membership director at the Urbandale Chamber, and today I have a very special guest with me. I have Ruth Ebke with LegalShield and Identity Theft Protection, correct?
Correct.
Excellent. Ruth, how long have you been doing your business?
I've been with LegalShield for about 8.5 years now.
Has it been? So how did you end up getting into this?
My husband saw a presentation and he came home and he knew I was looking for something because I had been a teacher. And he said, Ruth, I have found something that I think you could educate people on and you'd be really good. And I thought, no, I've never been in sales. I don't know that would fit me at all, but you know what? I'm hooked. I love it.
Well, I would think for 8.5 years, yes, you definitely are hooked. You talked about teacher. Tell me about your background.
I had been a teacher for 20 years. That included a couple years of substituting, but I was in Johnston for 15 of those years at a middle school. I had 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. And when I first started teaching out of college, I actually had high school. And then I was a home economist for Nebraska Public Power for 2 years. And from there, a stay-at-home mom and then back into education.
Wonderful. So what made you, your husband saw this information and you're thinking not sales. So there had to have been some important mentor throughout your life that helped you be successful because you've been doing it for a while now.
I think I just have a lot of ambition and I'm willing to try anything. I don't say no. I'm very open-minded. I was the oldest of 5 kids. We were all born within 5 years. So I think I've always been willing to do anything that was ever given to me. I never had a choice growing up. I always was in a situation where I had to try.
Excellent. I think you, like Yoda says, I think you not only try it, I think you do.
I do, yes.
So tell me more about your business.
Okay. LegalShield and Identity Theft Shield is a service that we can offer to individual families, employees in a business. I can work with small business owners with legal service, and I also can do a truck driver's plan for companies that have a lot of truck drivers in place. But we offer legal and or identity theft protection at an affordable monthly cost.
So what type of instances would I need legal for in this?
We offer unlimited legal advice, meaning you can call in anytime during business hours. You're going to get an attorney. You will not get a paralegal. They will answer questions that you have. This is unlimited on any number of issues. We'll review documents and contracts for you. We'll do a will. We'll do a living will and a healthcare power of attorney for both you and your husband or significant other. If you're named in a civil-related lawsuit, you start out with 60 hours of attorney time, and that goes up to 300 by year 5 that you maintained your membership. IRS audit assistance. There's so many things that we will help people with. Most people can't afford attorney service. You know, when you're thinking about the average cost in Des Moines is $250 an hour, people just cannot afford that. We give people access to something that they need. We're helping people. And I think that's where my passion is, knowing that I am actually helping people who otherwise wouldn't be able to have access to that. And with identity theft the way it is, it's growing tremendously. It's becoming more and more issue all the time. 1 out of every 2 people has had their identity jeopardized. Most don't even know it yet. And if they find out it's happened, they panic. They don't know who to go to, where to go to. We have a solution for that.
So really, it's 2 different pieces. You've got the LegalShield. So let's say that I was named in some type of a court process. I can actually call.
You can call the attorney. You're going to talk to a gal who's going to answer the phone. She's going to give you an intake number. And within 6 hours, you're going to have an attorney who's versed in that area of law call you back. And yes, you will have access to attorney service then if you had to appear in court. Now, we don't take care of court costs, but they work very hard to settle everything outside of court if it's at all possible.
Sounds like somebody I'd want to have on my side if I were in that situation.
We are revolutionizing the legal industry right now. I mean, we are nationwide. We're also in 4 provinces of Canada. So that means you have access to attorney service if you're traveling. My husband and I have used attorneys in Missouri. We've used them in Tennessee. We've used them in Nebraska at no additional cost because we had access to the service.
And then I know that there's identity theft piece also that's available. So tell me a little bit, what are some things that your company is doing to protect my identity? What does that look like?
Okay, we're a little different than a lot of other identity theft products out there in that we are monitoring credit reports 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You'll get a monthly email letting you know, hopefully, that there's no suspicious activity. If there is, you will get an alert. At that point, you contact Kroll Worldwide. They're who we've partnered with our identity theft service. They will actually assign a licensed investigator who will come in and do 100% guaranteed restoration for you, meaning that you don't have to leave work, you don't have to use your time to deal with the issues. They're going to take over for you.
So all of these services, you have access, excuse me, to them, and it's just a small monthly fee is what you pay?
Correct.
Okay. And then, Ruth, how can people get a hold of you?
They can contact me. My phone number is 515-371-8646. I've got an email address, Ruth Ebke at msn.com. Or if they want to go to my website, www.rae365.com. There's several 3.5 to 4 minute videos that they can actually look at so they can see what our legal plan is like, what our identity theft protection plan is like, and they can actually sign up for the service on that website if that's something that appeals to them.
Well, it sounds like you're really sold.
Yes.
After 8.5 years.
I've helped lots of people, and that's it. I can't tell you how good that makes me feel when I hear all these positive comments coming in from those that I have helped.
So as an individual, I could contact you, but also employers can contact you?
Employers can contact me. I go in and do voluntary benefits for employees. And there's no out-of-pocket cost for the employer to allow me to do this. But what we take pride on is keeping employees on the job instead of them having to take time off to deal with legal and or identity theft issues. We're keeping them there so that somebody else is taking over and solving those problems for them. We have found that with identity theft protection, there are some people that have spent almost 600 hours of their time trying to deal with those issues. And if you put that in perspective, that's like 15 straight weeks of 8 to 5 trying to get something restored. And people think they finally got it taken care of, and something else pops up.
And you really want people to be proactive with this, because if I have my identity stolen and then contact you, I'm behind the 8 ball. So ahead of time, isn't that the best way to do it?
Definitely. And
Excellent.
then you can contact Kroll, and they can get the investigators in place, and they can get it taken care of before it gets any worse. 90% of identity theft happens with a change of address. So it could be somebody out of state doing things that you have no idea. They may open up credit cards in your name. They may buy homes. They may be property. There's all kinds of things. We had one lady who thought everything was restored, and then she found out she had arrest warrants in 3 different states out for her. And that was after she thought she had things taken care of.
So outside of all that you do, what do you like to do?
I love to walk. I love to read.
Oh, who do you like to read?
I like John Grisham books.
Oh, me too.
And I
Excellent.
just finished Unbroken, and I have a whole new appreciation for prisoners of war. That book was amazing, I thought.
Now, did you see that movie?
No, I wanted to read the book first. I'm not sure if I could.
Outstanding. So you talked about your family. You grew up. You were the oldest of 5. Is it girls?
The first 2 were girls, and the last 3 were boys.
So quite the mix. And where again did you grow up at?
Hampton, Nebraska, on a farm. Yeah,
So
very
are
small
you-
community.
Are you a Nebraska fan then?
Yes, very definitely.
So when did you move to Iowa?
We moved here in 1987. So we've been ones for quite a while, and we love the Des Moines area.
And you've
We have Scott is our son and Renee's our daughter, and our son lives in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, and he and his wife have 2 little girls, and our daughter and her husband live in Ames, and they have 3 little boys.
so you're extremely busy.
Oh, they are the joy of our lives.
I can relate with that. All right. Well, thanks for taking time out today to hang out with us, Ruth and I. And as a reminder, Tuesdays are special at the Chamber. We have a Meet the Chamber where you can come and learn about the different Chamber benefits. Ruth, how long have you been a Chamber member?
Probably around 5 years.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's one of the first things I did just so I could get in the business community. Working with kids, you don't get out in the public too often.
Has that benefited you being a part of the chambers?
Oh, definitely.
Excellent.
Definitely.
Excellent. Well, we know that when we have a need that we can call Ruth also for volunteering and helping us at the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce. So Tuesdays, come visit with me. This Tuesday, it's 8 a.m. versus 9 a.m., and you can get all your questions answered. You don't have to be a chamber member. What we'd like you to do is just stop in, see us, get all your questions answered, and see if the chamber is something that you might be able to take advantage of, like Ruth has. And we're just really pleased to have you here today. And for the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce, I'm Janice Wissenand, and have a great day.